Hey there guys, how's it going? Thanks for checking out this video. Now today I'm looking at the top 5 reasons that Black Ops 2 sucked. This is actually one of my favourite Call of Duties, but obviously I'm doing the top 5 reasons it rocked and it sucked for every Call of Duty since COD 4. So this is going to be my top 5 reasons or top 5 things I didn't really like about this game. Now next up we've got top 5 reasons Call of Duty Ghosts rocked, and that might be a bit of a tricky one because a lot of people didn't like that game or a lot of annoying things about that game. So leave your suggestions for that one. I need your help guys in the comments section below. Also, if you wouldn't mind smashing that like button, support on these has been great. If you could keep that up, I'd really appreciate that. So without further ado, let's get on with my top 5 reasons Black Ops 2 sucked. At number 5, I'm going to go for zombies. And at first you might say, Jay, what are you on about? Zombies in Black Ops 2 was great, but let's just have a think about this. Black Ops 2 Zombies DLC was great, but the standard map that came with the game was really dull and boring. Of course, I'm talking about Transit. It was really underwhelming and disappointing, and for a game where zombies is one of their flagship game modes, I was really disappointed. It was really overdrawn out. It didn't look very good. It was confusing and just not a fun experience whatsoever. So I really feel like this was the beginning of, like, in Call of Duty they make the DLC some of the best content. That should never be the case. It should always come on the disc, great content, and then you add to it. And with the zombies of the game, I felt like that was the deal. It's like, if you want Black Ops 2 zombies, you're gonna have to be, you know, a DLC season pass holder. If you don't want to do that, your normal zombies experience is going to be really lackluster. So I was really disappointed with that. I really didn't enjoy Transit, so that's why it's here at number 5. At number 4, I'm going to say head glitching. Now, head glitching has always been a problem in Call of Duty. Of course, I'm sure you all know, in Call of Duty, the bullets from a weapon actually come out of the top of your head, so it allows you to get behind cover where only your head is showing and yet still shoot people. Now, obviously this is a problem in the game, but it becomes a much bigger problem when the maps have a lot of head glitching points in them. I understand that some cover is needed, but really anything in Call of Duty that is cover and that is above chest height is really unnecessary, and there was a lot of it in Black Ops 2. I remember I used to say to people, if you want to do well in Black Ops 2, just aim at the head glitches. So I really, in a way, I guess I'm saying that the map design, I mean, head glitching isn't a problem just in Black Ops 2, but the map design really allowed for a lot of this, and it was infuriating. On some maps you just could not get through certain areas because there'd be so many people on these little head glitches. They're impossible to shoot, and it just made the game really frustrating. And otherwise the maps were really good and enjoyable, but just too much cover at this, like, kind of in between top chest and head height, made it really slow paced sometimes because people could camp it really easily. So number 4 is the abundance of head glitches in a lot of the maps. At number 3, I've got target finders. Now, target finders, I'm sure you all know, were sights that you added to your weapon that added a big fat red diamond over any enemies, and it made it so easy to see people. Combined with LMGs, it was just an extremely powerful loadout to have. And although personally I never actually liked using a target finder, I found it was kind of silly. I could see where people were anyway. I didn't need a big orange, or should I say red diamond over them showing me where they were. It just kind of also encouraged a very, like, defensive mentality. You know, stick a riot shield down, get on a head glitch and get your LMG target finder on, and anything that kind of encourages very defensive and camping style gameplay is just not a good thing to have in Call of Duty. There's no real need for a target finder. If you can't see people with your eyes, maybe you should try another game. You know, maybe first person shooters aren't your game. So it's something that made the game really annoying at times if a lot of people were running it, and more worrying than that, it just kind of encouraged this really overly defensive game style that was no fun to play against and made it a really kind of slow and boring experience at times. So number 3 is the target finders. And number 2, I'm going to go for hit detection. Now, although this wasn't a huge problem in the game itself, really, when it was happening, obviously if there's a hit detection issue, it's going to be a huge deal, because if your bullets aren't hitting the target for one reason or another and your aim is on, it spoils the whole game, completely ruins the experience. And there were a lot of times in this game where you would seem to hit people square in the face with a shotgun, you'd be shooting straight at them with your gun and it wouldn't be hitting them. I guess this also kind of counters into lag and lag compensation being a problem, but also when the hitboxes seem to be a bit off in the game, it really creates a big problem when you're trying to get bullets onto people. I have to say, although I think Treyarch are making the better Call of Duties at the moment compared to Infinity Ward tend to make better hit detection in their games, which means that Treyarch's just got a little bit more to catch up with. And when it was a big problem, it was extremely annoying, and it's something that Call of Duty Black Ops 2 is kind of renowned for. So number 2 is the funky hitboxes and dodgy hit detection. And number 1, I think one of the worst things about this game, and something I was actually very guilty of in the end, is the C4 spam. C4 Scavenger is extremely powerful. I guess in this one you can count the fact that Scavenger replenished your explosives. That alone is not a good thing to have in Call of Duty, in my opinion. But also, when one of those explosives can be a C4 that you can throw at someone, has a huge blast radius, and is easily triggered off, it can become a massive problem if a lot of people are using it. And I used to use it all the time in the end. It's just so overpowered that it's difficult not to actually end up using it, because it is kind of more of a rusher's kind of thing, but it was just too strong. It was just too strong in my opinion. If you got against a lobby of people who were doing this, it was barely playable, to be honest. And I think the fact that with C4 you could trigger it off by double tapping reload was the major problem. If with C4 you had to actually have the trigger in your hand and press the right trigger button to actually activate it, I feel like that problem would just completely go away, but they didn't do that. I don't know if they're going to do it for future Call of Duties, but I really think they should. Just chucking those C4 sandwiches was just way too overpowered and did become a massive problem for me when playing multiplayer. So that is my number 1 worst thing about the game. So that's it for my top 5 reasons Black Ops 2 sucked. Now, it was actually kind of difficult putting this list together. I really enjoyed Black Ops 2. I feel like it's one of the more balanced and one of the multiplayers with the best features and stuff like that. But of course, there are things that were annoying about it. Now, put your comments below with things that I missed out on. And also, I'm really going to need your help, guys, because the next video, as you might be able to guess, is top 5 reasons Call of Duty Ghosts rocked. And that one might be a little tricky. So I need your help, guys. Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to smash that like button as well if you enjoy this top 5 series, as well as check out my sponsors in the links underneath the stream, or should I say underneath the video in the description below, and I'll see you guys soon.